Welcome back, everybody, for part 3 of ranking all of this goodness. We thought we could do it in one episode, and here we are in part 3.
And let me tell you, we're not going to finish it today.
And we are not going to finish it today. Look at where that scroll bar is, almost right in the middle. So welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, Nikki and Gibson. Thank you for joining me again. And anything else we want to say before we dive on into this, because everyone knows what we're doing already.
The only thing that we should do is we should make sure that we say the names of the creatures more consistently, because Eric was listening to this in his car the other day and complained that he didn't know what we were talking about most of the time.
Oops.
That's a good point.
Sorry,
Eric.
Now,
Sorry, Eric.
May I just point out, this is a podcast.
This is true.
This is a podcast.
This is a SpinoCast, even.
Yeah. But anyways, we ended on the Joka baby last time, and we're moving onto something much nicer.
The giant rapper.
Gigantoraptor.
Gigantoraptor. And we'll go in the same order as we always do.
Yep, same order. Let's do it.
All right. This was one that was always on my wish list to be added to the game, especially since Oviraptor was added. I feel like this is just a sleeper dinosaur for literally everything dinosaur related. It's just, I mean, Oviraptorosaurs were just the most scrungly and nasty looking things, and this thing was like approaching T-Rex sized. It was massive, and I feel like nobody ever brings as much attention to it as they should. I'm really happy Frontier finally added it, and I really like the design and the animations, and it is appropriately sinister in its personality in the game, which I really enjoy. And I like that it has this chicken skin, which is probably my personal favorite. S tier for me to start this video. I really like this one. And
we are starting on a much higher note than the one we left off on in episode 2. I mean, as you say, this is just a very I mean, you know, it did have a couple notable, like, Dino Doc appearances, but I think I agree that we don't often appreciate just how insane this animal was. And, yeah, this is a great representation of it. I mean, it's a newer Frontier design, many of which are good, as we know. And this one just looks very attractive. It's very elegant and also quite intimidating, and it's a solid Gigantoraptor. I'm gonna go with a light S tier myself, because now that's a visual.
I love that run. That's so fun.
My gosh, it looks like he's about to catch some children down an alleyway.
It looks appropriately, like, goofily sinister, like a goose chasing you. Which I quite enjoy.
Like, in that animal way of being, like, goofy but also terrifying, especially at the size this thing was.
I love his eyeliner.
Eyeliner is so fabulous. He is eating.
But yeah, S tier for sure. This is a great design.
I would concur. This is an S tier for me. I love that it subverts the crest, where it's like almost like half a crest, and then like the rest of it is like the actual like feather crest, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good point. And the way, like, the shapes of those two things, like, line up is very satisfying.
Yeah, and it's not like it's, like, a generic, like that one specimen of antsuit that every Oviraptor, like specimen, or, like, reconstruction uses to make it, like, make an Oviraptor. Like, no, it's, like, its own, like, unique thing. But then it gets the idea of that more generic crest with the feathers. It's a great way to do it. It's similar to how the Jeholopterus has those little, like tufts of feathers on its head to make it look like it has ears. It's very similar. Also, this color scheme, this is the best one. I actually used this at a park.
That is very nice.
I think. That's very nice.
Yes, it's so cool. I love it. I love his eyeliner.
One thing I like about the crest too is I like that it's quite wide, even going up into the crest part from the beak. It feels more like a hornbill casque, like on the front of the face, than it does.
I totally see
an
it.
Actual crest.
If it was like featherless, like it would just be like a weird like horn. Like that's so cool. It's S tier, high S tier. What a great design.
It's really good. All right. So we all agree on that. All right, another one from the first game, Giganspinosaurus. A really cool stegosaur that I'm gonna dog on whoever named this one because I really don't like its name.
Oh,
It's
really?
so bad.
It feels like a really generic like Ludia Jurassic World app game hybrid name for a dinosaur, like Giganotosaurus and Spinosaurus together.
I kind of like it because it sounds stupid, and you're like, "What the hell is that?" And then it's just like some little stegosaur. I've always kind of appreciated it for that.
I mean, I will say I'm playing up like my hatred for it. Like I really don't care at the end of the day. It's just always kind of funny to me, and I'm like, if I found
It's
this
a
thing,
hell
I
of
would
a genus
name it something
name.
differently.
It
really is. But anyway, this was in the same vein as what you call it, Chunkingosaurus, and we had another one last time that we talked about, another stegosaur. I forgot what it was, but I think it was Crichtonsaurus, and it wasn't a stegosaur.
Oh,
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
fiery out for him.
It's Kronosaurus.
But yeah, this guy was like Stegosaurus sized in the first game, and they appropriately sized him down.
So
I know
stupid.
this one is, super fragmentary, and they did have some creative liberties with this one. Like there is a lack of plates going down the tail, which is interesting. But
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I don't
hate
think
that.
that's a. Yeah, I don't like it because we don't have any evidence of Stegosaurus lacking.
Yeah.
At least in its close relatives, lacking plates or spines in those areas, so it's a little weird to me. The spines are appropriately large.
I don't think they're
I
quite
mean-
the right shape.
They are
They're
not.
not the right shape. They need to be more of like a right angle.
Yeah, there should be more of
whatever,
like
yeah.
almost a 90-degree bend,
I think the
like from the
Collecta,
base into the
Collecta
thing.
has a figure of this guy, and I'm remembering like the shape of the
Yeah.
blades on
Mhm.
there in comparison to this thing.
Well, that's what I was going to say is like spoilers for my thoughts on a ceratopsian that we're going to get to later, which is the Pentaceratops in this game. I kind of wish they did something similar for this or another stegosaur to differentiate it more from the other ones, not just in like ornamentation, but in its actual body form. Because Pentaceratops in this game has really tall legs and just like is so much taller than the other ceratopsians in a really cool way, which we'll see when we get to that one. This one I feel like could have benefited from that more Collecte design, because that one has really long legs, and I feel like Collecte took
That's
some
true.
liberties with how fragmentary it was for just making it this really tall set, kind of narrow stegosaur with really freakishly
that's also
weird
just-
shoulder spines.
It's also very in line with just newer stegosaur reconstructions, like this one having especially such short forelimbs is a little
It's
bit
so slumped
old-fashioned.
over in the front.
It is.
It looks like they just took the Jurassic World stegosaurs and just like changed the spikes. Like it just looks like what they did to it.
It kind of does, yeah. No, yeah, honestly, the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm not crazy about it. I do like quite a few of the skin combos for this one in the game, though. There's some quite nice ones, but I'm going to give it a very, very high C. I'm not offended by it. I still use it quite a bit because you can tell what it is from a distance, where a lot of stegosaurs kind of blend together in this game just because of those spines, but I feel like they could have done a lot better for how unique it is.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go just down the middle of C tier about, because it's a pretty average Jurassic Parky, dumpy stegosaur, and I don't think I have any more to say about it than we've already said about it.
Neither do I. C tier.
Whoops.
I mean, I like the yellow, I guess. Oh, look at the arm.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh, I don't like
that's
that.
doing texture things. Okay,
Oh, the spine
Things
is
are contorting.
that's cute.
Oh,
I
that's
love
a
this
cute
animation.
I forgot it does.
This
It wags his
animation for the
tail. That's
Stegosaurus.
cute. I don't really care for it though. It's like a high C.
The Chunkingosaurus also does this, though, so it's not unique
And
to
the
it.
Chunkingosaurus is like amazing. So like, look at
Get
that
out of
running-
here!
Look at that running animation.
Oh
my
gosh,
goodness.
that run looks like he got his. It looks like he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Like,
It
goodness.
does. Like a
Don't
little
touch
pink
me,
mouth.
Mom!
Yeah, this is
Oh,
not a
yes.
great Giganspinosaurus.
The
It's
Gigant
not.
is not very Gigant. One would
This is
say.
one I hope gets a glow up in JWE3.
I'd love
Hopefully,
that.
Please, Frontier, please update your designs. You've gotten so much better.
Please,
For
you make it
real.
such a cool.
Yeah.
Are you trying
Alright,
to find a focus?
yeah.
That's going in C tier,
Yeah.
and a unanimous C tier.
Herrerasaurus is next.
Ooh.
All right. This is
That
another
him on the tier
JW one.
list? Yeah, okay, I think it is. I was looking at our tier list earlier, and I was thinking to myself, it is a miracle I have not, like, grabbed the wrong dinosaur yet at any point.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of myself.
Good. I'm glad, Gibson.
Good job, Gibson. Yeah, I always put the skin on because oh my gosh, I adore, even though the actual model is kind of dumpy from Jurassic Park the game, I have so much nostalgia for that. Like, that's my headcanon design for Herrerasaurus in this universe. And if it was this model with that skin, with like the dark reds and the yellow stripes and everything, I would just go feral for it. But I'm not crazy about a lot of the skins in this one. I feel like it makes it look kind of moldy, depending on what you choose for it.
I can see it.
I don't know. Patternless might be the way to go for this one. Like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Actually, that's quite nice.
I think that works quite well.
Oh, the yellow was interesting.
Yeah, go back to the yellow. Like, that's kind of fun.
And then the pattern's just like, ugh.
That's not the worst. I think it's the modeling on the face.
I think it's on the flanks that makes it look moldy. It just looks like it's...
The like dark gray over the yellow is giving Banjo the Astrologinator.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wait, I like that one. That's actually good. That was quite nice.
Ooh,
yeah.
There's some gems to be found too. Oh wait, actually, this skin works.
Ooh,
probably because the skin
starting
really
to
dark.
morph into the walking with Utah Raptor for a second.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, maybe dark with the lighter pattern is the way to go, because, I mean, that's kind of fun.
The
yellow's a little electric for me with the too dark of a background.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I go with this just because it mostly reflects the Jurassic Park the game one. Really fun sound design, super raspy vocals, nothing super, like, over the top with this one, which is really fun. It has some really fun eating animations with its little grabby hands. It's got... Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Herrerasaurus actually had, like, the extra dew claw thing, right? On its feet. I'm pretty sure it did.
Is it supposed to have, like, more of a full fourth toe, or...?
I don't think so. I think it was part of, like, that Archosaurian foot that was receding.
I think you're right.
Into, like,
are you saying it actually would have a fifth toe?
No, yeah, like, its fifth toe was growing back. Or am I remembering that wrong?
I think Yida, or Yardanos are wrong, did a video on Herrerasaurus. I'm remembering that from that video, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. If they fix the hands, because not only, like, I could look over this if the hands were pronated, because it's Jurassic Park, but it's the fact that, like, how obviously this thing is trying to break its wrists and how folded its fingers are constantly.
Yeah.
It's kind of distracting.
It's very Gregory S. Paul or something like that.
It's so Gregory S. Paul.
And I mean, it's a shame because the arms really aren't that good, but the rest of the body is, like, just such a solid representation of Herrerasaurus, especially for an OG JWE1 design. I'll give this one a very solid, like, mid-A tier, just anywhere in A tier. I feel like there's only a few things I'd do to fix it, that being the skins and the arms overall. But anyway, you go ahead, Gibson.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have, like, super strong or crazy opinions on this one. It's pretty good. The bunny hands are something. I mean, for a Jurassic franchise design, I don't necessarily mind, you know, the hand pronation a whole ton. Like, it does give it kind of a cool 90s look, but the rest of the design is so solid. I am just, like, there's some missed potential in having the bunny hands, because, like, if you fixed the arms, the whole thing would just look pretty darn good as a Herrerasaurus. I think I'm going to go high B tier for me. It's pretty darn good.
I think I like this guy the least of y'all. His skins are just disgusting to me. Like, they're just not good at all, and it just that really makes or breaks a design for me. And I think that the wrists are super obvious in this one. It looks a lot better in the first JWE, like in terms of, like, skins, which is weird because it has more options here, yet it looks worse. There's some designs that just happened to. But yeah, this is like a low B for me.
Low B.
Yeah.
I'll throw them kind of mid upper. I'm gonna divide the Acro and the Car from each other with the Herrerasaurus. The combinations of species on this chart are just getting weirder and weirder.
We've got a goat coming in, fellas.
Ooh!
I do this skin because this is the JPOG Homalocephale, basically. Yeah, and Homalocephale. Did you hear me, Eric? The genus name.
Eric, are you driving?
Hold on.
Eric, pay attention to the road!
No, pay attention to the Homalocephale!
Homalocephale, what is it? What's the species name? It's...
Polly want a cracker?
Yes, it's that. It's that, Eric. Eric, you're listening. Yeah. It's that.
This is now a podcast specifically tailored just to Eric.
Exactly. These are one audience member. Let's be honest, the only person watching the video.
Okay, anyway, ranking dinosaurs.
This guy was an instant favorite of mine when he was introduced in the first game. One of my favorite dinosaurs in the first game, for sure. And it's just adorable. Its personality is adorable. Its model is adorable. It's a solid representation of Homalocephale as well. I just give this one a straight S tier. I really like it. And in this game, I think it had really fun skins in the first game, but this game, like, there's even more you can do with the diversity of patterns and everything that they gave it. It's really fun. And for a fun little note, if I put them in slow motion here, this face is a reused meme that we have used for years now in our friend group with
really?
I just zoomed in on this face, and I think the caption was, "Do you have a moment for kidney donation?"
I remember the kidney
you remember
donation
that,
meme.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I feel like I've seen just so many... I feel like I've seen just so many delightful screenshots of this one from you.
Yeah, it's great. I love this guy. Go ahead, Gibson.
So
Yeah, I mean, this is a solid design, just a nice, clean, more modern-ish looking frontier design compared to some of the older, clunkier ones. And it's a decent reconstruction of the animal. And yeah, I've seen so many great screenshots of this one from you, David, and just in general, like it's just a very charming, attractive little dinosaur. And yeah, I'm gonna go S tier as well. It would feel wrong to snub the Homalocephale.
Oh, I love this! I just found a new favorite
Look
pattern.
at the
He looks like a
pattern
fish.
on that one.
It's like a blue-ringed octopus.
It does look like a blue-ringed octopus.
I didn't know I could make that. That's nice.
I'm going to be using this in my park. Methinks.
Yeah, Salhar de Huesco and Papurana.
Very cool, very cool, very cool.
Those were syllables in order.
Is it my turn?
Oh, look at him go.
Or did you
Yes.
give him a rating? Okay. Giving it an S here. I have no notes here. It's a great design. It's a Homalocephale. He was not pregnant. If you know what I'm referring to.
I was just going to bring up, yeah.
What? Was there a possibility I was unaware of that this dinosaur was pregnant?
No, so there was
At one point there was a theory. You go ahead, Nikki.
Yeah, it's fine. There was one point there was a theory with heavy air quotes on theory that some guy was like, Homalocephale's hips are built like a woman. It must have had like live like birth.
So some guy looked at this dinosaur and went, "Damn, she thick." And that was the theory.
What happened. That
was the theory, exactly. Yep.
What in the world?
I think was it the person that described the animal? I think it might have been.
It might have been.
It was something insane.
Hey, I found this cool dinosaur. Oh, that's awesome. Did you discover anything interesting with it? Yeah, well, it has some birthing hips. Oh.
Imagine just they were at the dig site, they just pulled this thing out of the ground, and they were just like, "Dang, boy!
Damn, that's a thick-ass boy!
Damn!"
It's that one meme of the guy walking that was like a meme like last year of like the guy.
Oh, yeah.
That's Homalocephale. Oh, gosh.
Anthony Fantano showed up in person just to do the quote.
Yeah. No, but yeah, but just briefly as well, like, I mean, I think that just shows, like, the power of a good design and good personality in bringing a dinosaur to life, because these guys were in Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. That was the only other place I knew of this genus's existence growing up.
Were they in Dinosaur Planet?
But I didn't really No, that's Kronosaurus.
Yeah, this was Phrenesophale.
Yeah, Phrenesophale with Velociraptor. Yeah, but I didn't care about this genus. I didn't really care about them in the other game. Like, I thought their colors were cool, but Frontier just made a delightfully cute little guy that's, acceptably accurate and lovely skins and a lovely personality, and he has broken the hearts of everybody who plays this game. So I honestly think of this one as kind of the unofficial mascot of JWE in a way.
It's very iconic.
Everyone
to me.
loves him.
It's a very iconic.
It's very
species.
iconic.
The pack was there was a pack in JWE that had like Herrerasaurus, Homalocephale, Dryosaurus, and Nigersaurus, right? That was a whole pack, right? I think
it was all those except Herrerasaurus. Herrerasaurus came out with Acro and Proceratosaurus.
Oh,
in the
okay.
Carnivore pack.
That's right. I think that those species like are like pretty like popular when people think of this game. Like
yeah. Especially the herbivore pack, like all of those were instant hits.
They were. Frontier really nailed that pack, I think, personally.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, moving on to another stegosaur.
This one you get
Asian
free with your
stegosaur time.
Argentinosaurus.
Yeah, Huayangosaurus. I'll put on my favorite skin here, which I actually think is quite cool. I like this one a lot.
I feel like when I called the other stegosaur Dumpy, I spoke too soon.
you might have.
Yeah. And isn't it ironic because
Flathead.
this is supposed to be like the smallest stegosaurid in the game, probably, or close to. Yeah, I've kind of a hot take with this one. I think it's very dumpy. It's not how I would design a Huayangosaurus, and especially after I recommend going and watching the Skeleton Cruise episode on this genus. I think it was one of their first episodes they ever released for their series on JWE2. Because they broke down what Huayangosaurus should look like, and I was completely unaware of just like how different it was from most other stegosaurs, and this is not it. This is this is a very generic stegosaur just throwing on the Stegosaurus rig in the game. But I won't harp on it too much. It's dumpy. It's not what a Huayangosaurus should be. If anything, I think it's still a little bit too large, but it's way better than being borderline Stegosaurus sized from the first game. Its skins are fun. The only thing that breaks my heart with this one is it has one of my favorite, most adorable calls in the whole game. It sounds adorable.
Cute.
It's so cute. And with this, is it this animation? No, it's not going to show this animation. It does the little bounce that the Gigantspinosaurus did earlier, and it makes the cutest little squeak whenever it does it. And it breaks my heart every time. That's the only reason I use these guys, is because they sound so delightful. And I think they're pretty cute, but the head low-key gives me, the more I'm looking at it now, the head low-key gives me like wider JWE2 in a way.
Oh no, do not invoke the Apatosaurus.
The head is conjuring to me the walking with the dinosaurs Ankylosaurus for some reason.
Yes,
you mention that design very often, Gibson, I feel, when we're going through these rankings.
There you go, right there.
Oh yeah, there it goes.
He's real.
He's real. No, yeah, I mean, I'm going to give this one like a mid-C tier. I like it just proportionally the same as the Gigantspinosaurus, but a little bit less just because it's proportionally farther from what the actual animal was than the Gigantspinosaurus was. So, but yes.
I think this one is like, I could see how this would be somebody's like so ugly it's cute like favorite out of the game or something. Like it's verging on charming, but I'm not really a fan myself. I think I'm gonna do a low C tier.
That's fair.
I'm gonna slap him in B tier, but
You
like
guys, look, it's the Holon Good one.
the Lolong good. I'd slap him like above. What was the other Asian stegosaur that we just looked at?
Gigantspinosaurus.
Yeah, Gigantspinosaurus.
You like him more than the Giganspino?
Yeah, because I think the colors and model is a little better.
I can see that.
But like, I mean, the model's like probably more inaccurate and this is stupid. But like, the colors are saving it, I think. So like, I slap
It does
him
have
like,
very fun colors.
It does have very fun colors, and the sounds, of course, as David mentioned.
I will put him at the like the top of C then.
that seems fair.
Awesome sauce.
That's my line.
Oh, synthwave one. That's kind of fun.
That's fun.
All right.
Oh, we have some
Another
interesting ones
marine
coming up.
reptile. Ichthyosaurus.
Has no animations.
No animations. He go fast swim or slow swim. Fast swim.
That's all you need.
Go fast, go slow. Ichthyosaurus, Eric, did you hear us? Ichthyosaurus.
Ichthyosaurus.
Ichthyosaurus. Can you
Eric,
say
have you ever seen a dolphin? Okay, now break its tail.
Twist the tail 90 degrees.
Then you have what we're looking at.
Yep.
Oh, God. That's a fun skinny for this one.
Man, ichthyosaurs, I feel like as a group, ichthyosaurs are so slept on. They're such cool animals. I owe this all to Aiden because he grew this infatuation with ichthyosaurs. And I helped him on a video project years ago for his channel. And,
I remember that.
Yeah, and I learned so much about them just through him. And I'm like, these things kick butt. They are so cool and they are so diverse compared to so many other marine reptile groups. And I really wish there was more representation of them in the game that was good. Like this, like, spoiler alert, I think this is fine. I kind of hate the low-key snake eye that it has. I wish it was more cutesy. It looks a little edgy and, like, I'm a weird fish bird in a bad way.
So that's kind of like
deep cut.
Deep cut, yeah.
Wait, what is it deep cutting to?
Is it too deep to explain? No, I'll explain it. When I unboxed the Collecte Temnodontosaurus in 2019, or maybe when I reviewed it, probably when I reviewed it, I was talking about like with kind of the snaggly snout and of course, the weird external sclerotal ring, which I don't know why ichthyosaur reconstructions do that.
It's so weird. Like, why?
I was like, I was trying to describe how, like, the funky, weird personality of the figure, and I went, I am Weird Fishbird. And then I uploaded a song remix of it.
I remember this. I remember this now.
Gang, I think this one has...
I think you mentioned that was in a video of yours. Like, oh my gosh, I remember, like, the weird accent and stuff.
Gang, does this one have exposed... have an accent? Does this have exposed bone for the sclerotic ring?
Oh, no! It does. That's the sclerotic ring,
is that what I'm looking at?
It?
Around the eye?
Oh no! Oh my! Oh,
that is bizarre.
That is so strange. Like I that's the only thing I can think of what they were trying to do with it. But I've never noticed that before. It does. It looks like bone.
Wait, looking at it from head on, is its eye bulging? It is bone. Oh, that's horrible.
Yep.
Oh, why did I was going to give you a much higher rating, but that...
I was, too.
I was going to say, the longer we look at this, the lower it's going on the list.
Yeah. Because, I mean, from a distance, it's such a nice thing because there's not too many fish-like creatures in this game just to, like, throw a ton of these in an aquarium.
Yeah, sure.
But
I love doing that.
It's really not that pretty up close, and it's all around the eye, and I was staring at the eye, I'm like, I think it's just the pupil shape they chose for it. I'm not liking aesthetically with this design, because the body's fine. But then I noticed, I think it's not even that, it's the fact that the sclerotic ring has been exposed this whole time, and I've never even noticed it. That's like papilloconcavenator level stuff, if that's what they meant to do.
That is literally
literally, I don't like that.
Oh God!
I was gonna give.
If your design ends up getting compared to the papilloconcavenator, unless it's in regards to general fascinatingness, that is a bad sign.
Yeah. I was gonna give this one a low B. I've got to go with high D now. After that,
oh my! Okay, high D.
Yep. That's low-key ruined this for me. Looking at this, I don't like that.
The pupil does also annoy me just for, like, you know, one of the cool things about ichthyosaurs is that they had these, like, huge nocturnal, like, eyes, and putting the cat slit pupil is just kind of looks weird.
Yeah.
That's
trying to find a skin that hides it. Yeah, like something like that, I guess, so you can't see it as... Like, that automatically...
Like tan, so the bone blends in.
That automatically makes it look better.
I mean, I wouldn't have noticed it until we did this ranking, so... I never able to unsee it. It has such an obvious bone ring. Oh my, that's nice.
How am I gonna rank this? You went high D. I think I'm gonna go C because it's still like a decent looking ichthyosaur overall. It's just cursed forever.
I'm gonna give him a low B because, like, I was gonna give him an A tier, but like, that eye has ruined it for me, and his skins like low-key suck. If there was more Ichthyosaurus in the game, I think I'd like this one less.
Actually, I'm gonna rectify mine to a low C quickly because there's actually more skin combos that I enjoy. I feel like this one's more diverse than I was remembering.
I'm gonna give him a.
He has ended up between the Diplodocus and the Amargasaurus. Do with that information what you will.
That's
fair.
good.
That's fine.
That's fair. At least the Diplodocus doesn't have a stupid skull ring.
I kind of like that.
The build up to us realizing it had that was really funny because you were talking about the figure with the exposed ring.
Yeah,
and then we zoom in on the design and it literally has
I didn't know I was predicting the near future.
I started looking for that because I was like, oh, it would be cool if maybe we could see indentation for it.
Oh, it's so obvious on that skin. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's heinous.
So weird.
Also, the eye is just really flat looking. Like, he just looks so... Ugh. I hope this guy gets a glow up for the next game.
We got Iguanodon next, and we got a double model to review.
Oh, I'm so excited to rant about one of these.
All right. We put
make
this
it orange. Come on. Don't you want to make it orange?
I actually really like this, the black and white with the darker black on top. I think that's...
It's like the Walking with Dinosaurs one. Oh my goodness.
It is. Oh my goodness, guys.
Gulp.
One thing I have to give Frontier, and when they added this to the first game, no, spoiler alert, I don't think this is I think this is a good Iguanodon design for getting the personality and like what should be accented in this animal across, which is the arms. Spoiler alert. But I feel like the rest of the body isn't great outside of that.
I'm sorry. I just have to comment on that. I had been looking in the pile of images for the Dominion one this entire time, and it's so generic and understated. I just found it.
Yeah, well, there you go. We'll get on that in a second.
Anyway.
Excuse me. No, yeah, and Frontier's what made me notice and fall in love with this animal, because this was the first, like, ornithopod in the entire franchise of this series to be able to fight back. And I feel like Iguanodon, like, ever since Disney's Dinosaur, kind of got the short end of the stick as, like, just a non-hadrosaur. Like, it's just, that's all it is. It just has thumb. And that's all it is. No, real Iguanodon...
When it's really supposed to be a proportionally, like, crazy freak.
Its hands, like, its actual hands, are so bizarre. Like, oh my goodness. When I got the collector figure, I'm looking at the hands, and then there was your Dinosaurs Are Wrong video on it. I was like, this thing is such a bizarrely cool animal. Like, oh my goodness. It is, like,
maybe number one for dinosaurs that even the average dinosaur fan thinks they know what it looks like and thinks they know its deal, but it's, like, so much crazier than people give it credit for.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly. And one fact that I love telling people is I'm like, actually, Iguanodon, its forelimbs might have been thicker than its hind limbs in some areas. That's how jacked it was. Like, that's how crazy this thing's
possible.
He went to the gym.
He really did. Like, this thing, and that's why I'm really partial to this design, because they actually gave it massive arms, and then they took a step back with really the one they had to put in.
Too.
It has pretty nice musculature across, yeah. And the face, I don't think the face is perfect, but it's cutesy.
It's pretty good, though.
It's pretty good.
And it's not horrible.
It's not horrible.
It could be way worse.
The body comes across as a little wiggly sometimes. But yeah, I mean, I just think it's a really solid, like, I wish this was the design that showed up in the movie as, like, a cameo. Or it could have had a really cool scene, like a fight scene with the Carnotaurus or something, man. Like, that would have been so cool. But I give this one very top of A tier is for me. I really like this one a lot. I use it all the time. It has great sound design, too, and its personality is really fun in the game.
Oh, the white with the brown stripes is like the reverse of the Walking with North American one.
Yeah.
Yes, because the European one is the one with the Utah Raptors, because logic.
Yes,
there you
obviously.
go. And your turn, Gibson.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm a huge Iguanodon fan, and we already kind of discussed how it's like very underappreciated in terms of the real animal versus kind of how it gets genericified in a lot of paleo art.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, this is not a perfect iguanodon. The hands are like a little pronated-ish, whereas they should be more like one of the cool things about iguanodon, in my opinion, is that it's a quadruped with these big hands and they face each other, which just makes imagining it walking so weird. Okay, yeah, the wiggly pronated hands when it's running like that are terrible. But overall, I mean, I have to give this design credit for, while it's not perfect and it has plenty of little issues to point out, I was kind of inspecting the head and the neck, and like there's some stuff, but overall, though, I have to give it credit for looking more like the animal than maybe most iguanodon art and reconstructions I've seen in my life. I like how it holds its hands when it's sitting.
It looks very polite.
It also properly eats with
It
its
does.
hands too, which is fun in the game.
Oh, look at it! Yeah, it's doing the right stuff. I like it.
That's cool.
Just like on like good iguanodon like depictions, I sent the recent revisions of how the Titans did to their iguanodon, and that's like the canon iguanodon for me. It's such a great design for an iguanodon, and just like communicates the design very well. I just posted it in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that looks very good.
It's very good. It's kind of boring skins in these, but you can get some like really cool stuff with it.
I think my
this
favorite
is a
is
pretty good design
Prehistoric
too.
Kingdoms.
I don't like it. What was that?
Sorry, just quickly. I think my favorite is Prehistoric Kingdoms. They put a bunch of really cool speculative like tissue on its back. It looks so...
That's true.
Yeah.
That's probably the best one.
Also, I didn't give a rating, but I'm going A tier as well.
I'm slapping him in A2 because he looks really good. Not like the best iguanodon ever, but like, look at that. No. That's so fun. That's such a fun design. What a fun animal.
I kind of like too.
Fun stamp.
Like a lot of people too were, I remember saying like, oh, it looks so uncanny the way it places its fingers, and I'm like, its hands were so weird, it probably wouldn't look too much different from this when it was walking on its hands.
I think besides the wrist posture, it looks right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So strange.
What a great guy.
Okay, now let's rank Mantellisaurus. Sorry, Iguanodon.
Electric green bean.
From Iguanodon to just this sad, like,
Mantellisaurus.
Cow. I don't even want to call it a Mantellisaurus. I mean, it is, but it's also just like you put all ornithopods in a blender. Like,
that's what it just looked like. Oh god,
it's so bad.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's worse than I remembered. It's such a.
There's the movie skin.
I don't like it at all.
That's better as the movie skin.
You know what this gives? This gives Stegosaurus without plates.
It does. Wait.
It does. It's little arms.
Guys, I think the hip is, or the pelvis is doing the thing. No, yeah, it is.
It is.
If you get
the Dominion Iguanodon is on the Carcharodontosaur rig.
Damn,
you know what? Now that it's like an issue to other models, I would Frontier just generally doesn't understand how the pelvis works.
I think it's only a species viewer issue though, for some reason.
Very strange.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not going to harp on it too much. I mean, like I made the joke before, it's clear that they referenced Mantellisaurus, if you just look up the skeletal for that one, and not actual Iguanodon. It's just boring. And no shade to Mantellisaurus, because if there was a pretty design for that one, like, it would look leagues better than this. But this is just boring.
No shade towards this particular genus of extinct animal, but it looks more boringer than the other one.
Yeah. The skins aren't great, but there's some interesting things you can do with it. But, yeah, I never used this one. I'm going to give it a mid to low D tier, like around there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I hate this thing. I'm personally offended by this thing. Like, Iguanodon already has that syndrome where the real animal is, like, weirder and cooler than most depictions of it, and it gets kind of turned into more of a generic ornithopod. To literally reference, the wrong animal and end up making an even more generic ornithopod. PNSO did this with certain aspects of their Iguanodon. You see it all the time, like Mantellisaurus just keeps getting referenced for Iguanodon for some reason. And this thing is just so... Ugh.
It's
And the
like
design is just uglier than I remember, too.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest. The proportions are weirder.
I think this is a pretty okay Mantellisaurus. When I read him, why do you always put the dinosaurs in a front view? You always do it.
Oh no, I feel like I've developed like a pattern of go through all the skins, go through the animations, and then zoom
and then
in on the
rotate to
face.
front
Just
view.
by the time
look
we
at-
get to Mickey,
Yeah, I'm
they're
just like,
staring into our souls.
like
you know-
I need to rate this thing as well. I think.
Oh.
I looking at what we have in F tier, that would just be too cruel. Even though I
Don't
kind
do
of feel
that
it in
to
my
him.
heart, just because like my Iguanodon loyalty makes me so angry at it. I'll
Do
just
it.
go like a mid to low D.
Commit to your anger.
Ugh.
I think as like a little guy, like if he was a little guy and as like Mantellisaurus, I think it'd be leagues better, like as a design. 'Cause,
If
like,
this
I
was
could see-
called Mantellisaurus, it would be like 3 tiers higher for me.
and smaller, like it's the size that
It's
really
the size
like,
of
if they just, like,
Iguanodon in the game.
if they called it Iguanodon 2022, but then made it like a Mantellisaurus size, like that would have been great. I would have booked that like crazy. You can kind of this as like Iguanocolossus maybe if you're feeling that pretentious. Like, C tier.
Okay.
All right. I'm
So that's-
Ironically, I think the movie skin makes
simply
it look
because I
better.
can. I'm putting in between the Dimorphodon, the better Dimorphodon, and the Deinonychus.
Man.
Oh,
I'm starting to just deliberately create bizarre, like,
Please do. They're just so much
bejeweled
funnier.
combos in here. Like,
Indominus
oh my
Rex.
god, I'm not mentally prepared for talking about this thing.
Me either.
Wow, I forgot we had to do this.
I'm not going to harp on this for too long. I've talked about...
Eric, it's the Indominus Rex.
I
Yeah.
said Indominus Rex. You're not listening to me, Gibson.
No. I don't think you did. I didn't hear you say that.
I said Indominus Rex. Check the receipts. Check the receipts.
Check the receipts.
This is seats.
Looking at the receipts, it does appear you bought 400 pounds of watermelon. That's weird.
Oh, all right.
You wouldn't happen to be involved with any middle school math problems, would you?
Oh, man.
Dear.
No, yeah, Indominus Rex. I'm not going to harp on it too long. I've talked about this on live streams and other videos in the past, on my thoughts on this. I feel like it's a really cool design. I feel like for the first hybrid, it was the best of the hybrid designs that we've gotten in the canon. It looks like a plausible dinosaur mostly, outside of the opposable thumbs, which I understand why they added that. I think that added some interesting scenes. It actually utilizes it for like grabbing dinosaurs and people in the movie. One thing it doesn't utilize in the film, which we've talked about in length, is its abilities like cloaking and turning regulating its body temperature and everything rapidly.
It conveniently has
Hey,
these
it
abilities.
did
that make
each
it
of them
perfect for the
once,
plot.
so you know to buy the toy.
Yeah, it did
Yeah,
each of them
exactly.
once. And to be fair as well, compared to a lot of the other dinosaurs in Jurassic World, every time it did one of those things, it did affect the plot. But I still feel like there were situations throughout the film where it could have used it multiple times and been useful
Yeah.
outside of the
I
one
think it
scene
would have
was
been more
written for.
interesting.
I mean, why is it not cloaked 24/7? To be honest,
I think it
Yeah.
would have been interesting if it it gains a new air quotes gains a new ability every time you saw it, but like he used the same ability you saw last time with it. That would make more sense to me than just kind of having it has like an unlocked tree and it's trying to max out points.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what it feels like a bit.
I mean, even just subtle stuff, like not drawing attention to it for the fans to look out for, like when it walks onto Main Street at the end of the movie, have it blending in with a building and watching the crew, and then have it walk out. You know,
oh, that'd be so fun.
that would have been
That'd be
even
so-
better. You know, than just walking out and squaring up with them. Yeah, but besides all of that, I just think this is such a cool creature design. I really like that a lot of the animals that were used to make it up are kind of present in the creature, but in more so subtle ways. You've got Gigantosaurus as the base, of course, and then T-Rex and Velociraptor obviously in there somewhere. But then you've got Therizinosaurus
It's
with the
amazing
arms
how
and
much
claws.
more attractive this is than the actual Giganotosaurus.
It really
This
is.
is true.
It's funny. It's like they genetically engineered a sports car out of a dump truck.
Yeah. like a Cybertruck. Anyways, I'm not going to talk about that anymore.
Just in, the Dominion Giga is the Cybertruck of Jurassic World.
Loki is.
No, that's the Indoraptor that we're going to get to. That's the Cybertruck.
Yeah,
we'll
get to that one.
It kind of is, isn't it?
It is.
But yeah, I mean, it's got the little horns from the Abelisaurus. It's got multiple Abelisaurs in it. I think one of my favorite details I've grown to like lately is it does have Deinosuchus DNA that was confirmed in Fallen Kingdom on a screen in the background, and you can really see the crocodile jaw with like the underbite and the way the teeth are interlocking. I think that's pretty cool.
I doubt that was intentional. I bet they just put, oh yeah, Deinosuchus, it's a big crocodile. I doubt that was an intentional choice, David, but that's very optimistic of you to view it that way.
I mean, it could have been, you know, done later, but I do know that they did reference crocodilians for the design for this, like, early on, so it's like, yeah, if they wanted to throw it in the canon.
They do that for every single design in Jurassic World, David. I don't know what to tell
you.
It's
true.
That's true. Although I will give it, I think it's better, a lot more well integrated into this design than other ones.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yeah, I like the way the scoots are distributed on the back. The quills are really fun. I'm gonna give this one an A tier. It's probably my favorite hybrid in the game. There's another one I like probably just as much as it, if not a tiny bit less. But I feel like I like the movie model for Indominus Rex ever so slightly more. And there's really no alternate skins I'm crazy about, but I guess with the solid colors.
I think it's the dark red I like on this one.
Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always dug that.
Yeah, that's fun.
Oh, I like the green. Nice.
Oh, green. He's Christmassy.
Yeah. He's Christmassy.
Yeah, so this design, like, I don't think I've ever been more conflicted on the Indominus Rex in general than I am right now. Like, I used to just kind of think it's a cool, nice-looking design. I didn't think about it too hard. And over time, I have so many conflicting emotions. There's part of me that finds it to be kind of edgy with its, like, snaggly teeth and the spiky quilliness. But then there's also part of me that finds it to be kind of boring compared to what you could do with, like, your first crazy hybrid. So, like, my brain is being pulled in, like, opposite directions of, like, is this underwhelming? Mm-hmm. Is this too much? What level of tastefulness is appropriate for a dumb hybrid in a dumb movie? I think, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, I've been, like, considering all these thoughts as you've been talking, David, and I think I can't think about it too hard. I think all I can really do is just kind of look at it and just go, like, how cool looking is it? And what's striking me about it is that it's hitting me very similarly just in-game to, like, the Acro and the Car, where I'm like, you're kind of weird, but you're a cool-looking, predatory-looking dude.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
you look predatory is a bizarre compliment.
I suppose. Anyway, like, it's hitting me similar to those designs where I'm like, you're kind of weird, but you're pretty cool looking. You look like just like a cool carnivore, like fictional carnivore design. So seeing where those are on our list, I'm gonna place this one similarly in B tier for me.
Cool.
But yeah. It's a really complicated design to think about. I don't know. I have lots of thoughts.
No, yeah, I get you. I'm gonna give him the bottom of A tier because it feels weird to rank a creature design among dinosaurs.
Like, I know, that's part of it too.
It's just a little strange. I have an extremely hot take about a certain hybrid, which from the main canon, I guess you could say, that is far superior to this in my opinion. I'll save that for probably the last video. Viewers, if you know how to spell,
one it is.
I wonder which one it could be. This one is that's my answer. Bottom of A tier.
Okay. Now
right.
on to the stupid little brother.
Oh, this.
No, not you.
No, actual good design.
Okay. I was just gonna say I'd much rather talk about that.
Oh, it's so ugly. I unlocked this guy.
Oh my god, is that the walk cycle?
The walk cycle. Oh yeah,
look at
Throw
the
this
wall.
thing
It's
out a
doing this-
30-story window and forget about it.
Indoraptor, baby.
The Cybertruck of dinosaurs.
I mean, what
It
do they?
literally is.
It is. What do they call it? I think they literally called it the stealth fighter jet of the dinosaurs when they were advertising.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
can you make it like silver, like completely silver? Oh my gosh! It is just a Cybertruck.
There it is.
Oh.
Indominus Rex. Or Indominus. Or not Indominus.
It's amazing how you take... I don't know if I've ever looked at this design in this game with different skins. I don't know if I've ever seen it out of its movie skin. When you take the movie colors off of it, and especially when you put it into that running animation, it's amazing how the Indoraptor-ness of it just disappears. And it's just like, what is that off-putting theropod?
Yeah, there we go.
I
That's
love
kind
the
of cool.
bioluminescence. That's fun stuff.
Okay, that is neat.
We need glowing skins like this for every creature in the game in the next game.
Real stuff. I agree.
Okay, honestly, I think the little yellow eyebrows also help this design for some reason. I'll put them back on.
You know, I don't hate it with the frontier skins, honestly.
Wait, did I just break the...
Wait, did you just break the...
Yeah. The patterns.
Oh, I think you just made a whole new skin.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, there we go. You made a melanistic Indoraptor. It kind of looked interesting for a second, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to harp on it too much. I did a whole rant. Like, I'm going to plug another one of my videos where I think it was me tier listing every dinosaur in the Jurassic World trilogy. And I talked about this one for a long time and the wasted potential of this in the film. I'm not going to touch on it now. Just as a design, it's just a worse version. It's literally Indominus Rex Light. It's just a worse version of it with an opposite color scheme.
Yeah.
I think the racing stripe looks kind of corny too. I will say
a racing stripe.
I will say I like this design quite a bit more in the movie than I do in the game. Like, it looks really strange.
The game is not doing it any favors.
It's not. And I mean, you can put that down to just maybe not the design itself, but just how it's presented in the film. And I mean, Fallen Kingdom out of the entire trilogy, I think had the prettiest shots because the director was different for that one. And the Indoraptor had some, I will admit, very cool set piece shots for it, as just like, snapshots from the film. But yeah, it's just bland. It's got nothing going for it. It doesn't do anything. Like, its ability compared to the Indominus Rex is literally just listening to a gun telling it what to attack, which also, can I just harp on that logic for a second? You attach a radar on a gun and tell the Indoraptor to attack something. I think the bullet from the gun would travel quicker than the Indoraptor.
David, do not logically analyze Fallen Kingdom. You'll kill yourself.
Yeah, my bad. This is high D tier for me. I never use it. Indominus Rex I use pretty regularly because it feels like the Jurassic World hybrid. Like, I feel like it's cemented itself in the canon, and this has always kind of like blindsided me every time it pops up where I'm like, oh yeah, that thing was a thing at one point.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Gibson.
Yeah, this thing is just literally a less attractive version of a design I was already very conflicted about a second ago. It in terms of just design ethos from a movie making perspective, it has that incredibly lazy, just corporate slop mentality of like, it's a sequel, we'll just make the same thing but smaller and faster.
Look at the sit.
It's the sit is.
Look at its.
Oh, it looks like its teeth are stitched together.
It looks like its mouth is sewn shut.
No, that's actually was intentional with the design, is they wanted it to have a smile that looked like a scarecrow from the front.
Wow, that makes me hate it even more.
Yeah, that was
I think
they
that's
did.
kind of fun.
The integration of this thing into the movie too is like, there's some cool shots, but the overall vibe is so edgy.
It smiles at the camera. It breaks the fourth wall. This is the fourth wall breaker.
This dude literally looks into the camera and says, he won't be expecting this one. Yeah, and seeing it out of its movie colors as well, like, I've never appreciated how it just has a Jurassic Park T-Rex head shape.
Yeah.
It just does.
Like, that's it.
It looks just like the Dimetrodon head. Like, very similar to the Dimetrodon head.
I wonder if they copied and pasted it and just edited it for the Dimetrodon. It could have.
Would not be surprised.
I'm going low D tier for this one. It's not good. I don't like it.
Uh, I, I struggle to form thoughts on this design. Uh,
Relatable.
like it's you know what? It's not the Cybertruck because the Cybertruck I can like formulate feelings and thoughts and it has societal context. The societal context of this design is that it looks like uh, uh, the societal context of this design is that it looks bad. An unpleasant creature. I don't care. I, I, like the more I look at it, I feel my brain
I don't
turning
care really
static.
sums up the Indoraptor well.
That's what they were thinking when they made it.
Yeah,
It's such
true.
a boring follow-up to the Indominus Rex when there was a much better hybrid in the wings that was going to come up in a few years.
Yes.
It just feels. Its feet are crusty. Why does the bottoms of its feet have like crust on them?
Fungus.
Oh, yeah. This is fungus.
He'd been
This
walking.
is a Cybertruck that's covered in fungus. F tier, the very top of F. No, what's at the very? What is our F tier at the moment?
Our F tier is the Giga, the Apato, and the movie Dimorphodon.
Mm-hmm.
I put him below a. You know what? I'm gonna put this guy below the Dimorphodon. This is my least favorite thing in the game. I
Ooh.
unlocked this thing in challenge mode and never use it ever. I think I put it in my all species park and never looked at it. I was not expecting to be so hard with this design. I have no strong feelings positively about this at all. It's disgusting, vile, Godzilla Evolved-esque. It's,
Yeah.
I've
Seen something like this before, but the proportions were better.
Yeah. Basically, and I think I've ranted enough about this design. I did not think I had that much to say about this design,
You went
I hated
bottom
it that
of
much.
F.
Yeah.
David went bottom of D. Or I went bottom of D. David, where did you put it?
I just went bottom of D. Yeah.
I think it gets the top of F then, about.
You know
fine
what?
by me.
I'm glad that happens.
I'm
Yeah.
glad too.
You know,
it looks
I'm-
right down there. It looks at home.
It looks at home, it's
I'm not mad
crazy.
about that. As long as it's still above the Apatosaurus, because I still think the Apatosaurus is even more vile than this, but, you know.
It's something.
This is
we can
crazy.
work out
The
the exact
Apatosaurus-
order of F tier when we're done.
The Apatosaurus, I think, is better because it's genuinely funnier to look at. Like, it's not like it's, like, stupid.
I kind of agree.
You
I mean, it's
know-
not interesting, but it is kind of funny and dorky.
We have some fun
We got a
critters
good
coming
one.
up. Oh, the one I was talking about earlier.
Little baby.
Put them in slow-mo so we can see the patterns for a second.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, I
I'm
love
going to put on
him!
my Batra skin.
Oh, it is
That's
Batra.
really sick.
It does
Yeah.
look like Batra. Oh, I'm so using that. That's a great.
Isn't that
that's
great?
A good idea.
I love it. Yeah, Jeholopterus.
Is there a Mothra one?
Probably you could do
The
like
yellow.
the white.
Oh,
and
it is
the-
kind of like.
Probably still
Oh wait,
the
that one
orange.
was. Yeah, the Mothra. There we go.
Yahoo!
That's fun.
Mothra and Batra.
That's dope.
I should do
I'm so doing that.
I should do a kaiju park at some point with a bunch
That'd
of.
be fun.
That'd be cool. Anyways,
Anyways.
Jeholopterus, one of, if not, my favorite pterosaur in the game. You barely see it when you release it. It's one of the smallest creatures in the entire game. It is
I
straight
think
up
it's the
adorable.
smallest.
It probably
I can
is.
confirm every time you stream this game over Discord, David, and you release these guys, they are through the stream quality. There's nothing there.
They're
Yeah.
8 pixels.
They're just a pixel. Yeah, they're adorable. They're fluffy. And anatomically, they look great as well. I love the speculation with the little tufts of feathers that look like bat
It's
ears on
so
the top.
good.
It's so good.
It's
It's such
so
a fun
good.
speculation. The patterns, absolutely gorgeous. Butterfly moth-esque patterns. A great range of colors. to pick from. I love that the color pattern changes the eye color too. We don't see that in any.
It doesn't do that?
It does.
Oh,
that,
that's so
crazy.
good. That's so fun. I love that blue with the purple.
Yeah.
That looks really fun.
It's great. I mean,
the white was neat.
Yeah.
Like the white body was really interesting.
Yeah, S tier. It's
Like a Luna moth.
Like top of S tier.
Yeah,
for me. Like,
it does.
Even has a little cute little pom pom
Look
on
at
his
the
tail.
top of the tail. This is like
This thing is winning me over hard.
It's
this is
such
the
a good
angel
design.
to the Dimorphodon's devil.
It is.
That's what. Because it has the little top on the tail too.
I think it's like a lot of people say Neurognathids are just straight up cute for what they are. I feel like a lot of them look horrific in a lot of depictions. Like they're like the frog mouths.
Depends on the reconstruction.
It depends on the reconstruction, but I feel like a lot of the reconstructions I see are horrific, and I feel like Frontier pulled off just like the cutest one I've seen here. Like
Absolutely.
It's a delightful little guy. Yeah. So yeah, top of S tier for me. I love him.
I'm feeling similarly. I'm gonna put a minor asterisk on my top of S tier to say that I would still put it below the Dunkleosteus at least, but it's close. The little pseudo ears are just such a good decision, and the skins are pretty, and I mean this thing is just delightful.
Mm-hmm.
Top of S for me. I think it's adorable. I think I talked about this in the last episode. I love that it eats insects. It's such an interesting way to introduce a new feeder, and
That is cool.
I really hope for something I really want in JWE2 is that they expand the feeders, especially for pterosaurs. Like just expand the pterosaurs overall, because I love pterosaurs and they need to have much better stuff on what they have. Because at the moment when I make a pterosaur enclosure, it's either Thanos Dracon and that's it, or it's Jeholopterus and that's it, or it's Western Interior Seaway and that's it. I love you, Jeholopterus. You are getting a high S from me. And I'm definitely going to make a aviary of Batra and Mothra once, because that's what it looks like.
It's great.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
This is one of my absolute top picks from the entire game. If they made a figure of this, I would buy it in a heartbeat.
Oh my
I want
gosh.
it so much.
JWE2 figures would pop off. Listen, that would be
plushie.
amazing.
Give me a plushie of this guy.
A plushie of Jeholopterus.
I would kill for a plushie of him.
Even if it's like a pre-order thing, I would love that.
Yes,
good.
Your Honor. SpinoDude said he would commit murder for a plushie of this pterosaur.
Yes.
So
It's
is
such
this
a good
top of S
design.
tier?
Yeah, I just threw it at the top because we all said top of S tier.
Yep.
Amazing. I'm glad that we're done with all the hybrids for today, I think.
We have
For a
another
while.
double
For
design
today.
here.
He's so slow. His slow is
Whoopsie.
really funny.
Oh, it's so hard to have an opinion on another one of these.
There's so many stegosaurs in this game, that all look similar. Kentrosaurus, I'm not going to waste time on this. Bottom of C tier. I know it's less dumpy than the other ones,
What?
but I feel like it's just... I don't like it. There's no skins I like in this at all. I feel like the skins are gross. I feel like it's very generic, and I'd rather use Chunkingosaurus.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is this might be as middle of the road as a design gets for me. As far I do think I would lightly put it higher than the other two I've seen today, but it's in such a similar ballpark. I'm gonna go the high-ish C tier, but
Oh my
whatever.
god. What the heck? You guys are being so harsh to my man. I say my man, you make the most annoying sounds in this dang game. If
has lips.
the J-Pop...
Sorry.
If the J... Oh, wait, does it have lips?
It has lips.
it looks like
Look,
a
wait.
camel.
Wait, this skin has painted on beak.
Oh my gosh, it does!
It's scales.
That is information I now have.
Top
that
of D
is-
tier. Sorry. Continue.
Oh my god.
I like Kentrosaurus. I think this communicates Kentrosaurus quite well. And it's not really, really big and stupid like another design we're about to look at. I think he has charm. I give him the top of B. The painted on beak is horrible and bad though. That's disgusting.
So we got a top of B, a top of C, and a top of D.
Yes.
Yep.
That might be the most spread one of these has had besides the Deinonychus.
Oh yeah, the Deinonychus is pretty much.
I want to say I have a vendetta against Kentrosaurus in this game because when I played JWE1 before they had the updated social mechanics where you needed a specific number of these animals in an enclosure or else they'd break out constantly. Kentrosaurus was one of the most annoying ones for me, and they would be constantly breaking out whenever one died of illness or old age. So I just straight up hated them in the first game. And every time I see this design, it reminds me of the horrors I went through with this creature.
I think you've discussed that to me before.
I probably have.
The one that did that for me in this game was Suchomimus in the Return to Jurassic Park DLC. Or no. That's not the right term. I'm thinking of the Chaos Theory thing. They would always like fight or kill each other and then break out because they didn't have friends. It drove me insane.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear, those are the days.
Where are we approximating the rating for this one?
I put it at the top of C because it got top of C, top of B, and top of D. It got quite a... So, I mean, there's actually a pretty obvious, like, middle point in that, but it got quite a shotgun spread across the board from all of us.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. This is also Kentrosaurus. I don't know if we said that out loud.
Yes, I think we did.
Kentrosaurus, yeah.
Okay. Did you hear, Eric? Can you say Kentrosaurus?
Okay. We have the Camp Cretaceous Kentrosaurus design now.
All right, I'm getting hit with something I could not have predicted exists.
This is the skin from the show. Which, all right, one thing I will give to the designers in the show, I actually like this design decently more in the show than I do in the game. I feel like this didn't translate quite as well to the rig they have in this game. Once again, this skin has to be a reference to the Jurassic Park Operation Genesis Kentrosaurus. It's the same color palette, and I think that's really cool, and that did warm my heart when I saw it. It was making me nostalgic. Thing I hate about this design is it just looks like a Jurassic Park Stegosaurus. It's also massive in Camp Cretaceous. It is so large. One thing I will give it compared to the... Oh my goodness, look at that face.
Oh gosh.
One thing I will give it...
the arms.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, he is swinging and swooging.
Those shoulders.
I think this is a dinosaur that has a name.
Pierce. Yeah, that's the name of the skin.
Pierce. Oh my god, it's like an Imagine Next figure's name.
I think it was. I think there was a Stegosaurus named Pierce. Can one of you confirm that, please?
Hold on. I can hold on. Imagine Next. I grew up with those.
There has to be.
I don't know if it was Pierce, but it was something similar, I'm sure.
Kentrosaurus. I think they had a Kentrosaurus. Oh my gosh! Hold on, guys. This is hilarious. I think my grandma still owns this figure. Or I say figure like I'm talking about how.
Okay, the Stegosaurus was called Spike. Impressive. What about the Kentro?
Crunch.
Crunch?
Wait, can we replicate
it? What? No!
Wait,
what
look at
is
this.
that? David, you have to put this in the episode. What? I'm sorry.
Wait, alright.
Oh, that's great too. But look at this!
Oh yeah, that's the new Mattel series.
It's the D-Rex. Holy crap!
Yeah, so Mattel has these new Mighty Morphin toys that you flip over and
Why
they
does
turn
it
into
have
different
udders?
dinosaurs.
It has udders. Why does it have udders?
It looks like a Darwin 4 creature, but a terrible one though.
Not a Darwin 4 creature. That's such a deep cut. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that
Is this the Pierce?
Anyone want to milk their Indominus Rex?
Not this one.
Oh man.
No. Can you make the crunch colors on this one?
I tried. There's no green patterns for it.
That's such a shame.
Crunch is an S tier name for a dinosaur.
I can do reverse
I need to go through all
though.
the names. Okay, Razor was the T-Rex, Slasher was the Allosaurus, Basher was the Ankylosaurus, Ripper was the Spinosaurus.
Yep.
I remember
Spiny
Ripper.
was the Dimetrodon. I'm looking. Wait.
Glide was the Pteranodon. I had that one. The Parasaurolophus was Whip.
Hold on. The name of the Imaginix Pachycephalosaurus is Hammer.
Yes.
I thought you gave it that name. Oh,
no. Okay. I've been using a name that may or may not be copyrighted by Fisher-Price for 10 years.
That's actually hilarious. I whipped the Parasaurolophus.
I didn't come up with Bloodtooth either. That was my friend's name for his copy of that same T-Rex figure.
I remember that. I do a copy. I like Wings.
But yeah, Hammer is straight up just the name of the toy.
I like Wings the Pteranodon. That would have been a really funny thing if you had done that. And I like Treble the Casmosaurus. There's some funny names here. Oh my goodness.
I should do a
podcast
on Imaginix Dinosaurs where we go through all of them.
What was that? What was that, David?
I said I should do a podcast episode on Imaginix Dinosaurs where we go through all of our childhood toys.
Oh my gosh, yes. I had so many fond memories of those stupid things. Anyways, is it my turn to rank it? Or
I didn't give it. I don't think Gibson and I didn't give it. Yeah, we're not there yet. All right, one thing I will give this here Kentrosaurus is I like its skins way more than the Frontier design. Really interesting patterns and stuff. But I think I like Frontier's model design more. At least this one has a beak, though. A proper one.
Yeah, this is true.
It's just too bulky. It's too big for a Kentro, though. I'm going to give it the same rating as the other one because it just has opposite problems for me. It's low C.
I think I'm gonna do the exact same thing David just did. As far as I think I'm gonna give it the top of C. I'm gonna give it the same rating I gave the other one, just because I feel the same way. It's completely different, but it just evens out to
Yes.
about the same thing.
Actually, no, I give the other
I like
one
the
a D.
armament on this one, but I hate the body shape, especially on that rig. I like that it has a beak, but yeah, top of C.
The plates have cool shapes.
Bottom of B, I have no strong. I never use this design.
Good night, Dad.
It's too big for my taste. I like to use approximate sizes for the actual species, and this thing is
yeah, that's a good point.
stupid. I feel like the Indoraptor ruined my mind. I can't articulate thoughts at all. It's just yeah, that's a
The
Kentrosaurus.
Indoraptor broke us.
It did. That's the title in the video is a big red arrow pointing to the Indoraptor and going, it broke us mentally? The Indoraptor?
It broke us?
What's next? Move on.
We got a good one.
Kronosaurus!
Oh,
I love that color
rejoice.
scheme. That's that green. Oh,
I
look
do
at
this.
her.
Oh, that's so good.
The safari colors. Yeah, so Kronosaurus,
Yes.
Eric. Kronosaurus. Yeah,
Kronosaur.
What?
I'm just gonna keep cooking along. This is delightful.
Pliosaur.
Pliosaur. I'm just gonna keep cooking along, especially since I think the next one is disgusting.
Oh no.
But
I don't know what's next, but okay.
yeah, we'll get ready. It's the opposite of this, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
But, S tier, this is such a great representation of Kronosaurus, and I honestly feel like I'm looking at my Safari Kronosaurus now over on my shelf, and I feel like this one's head is even more accurate, because Safari has a really narrow skull, and I feel like they actually fleshed out the soft tissue way more on this one. Which is really nice. It's a gorgeous design. There's gorgeous skins in here. There's really fun colors you can get. I mean, even just this yellow version with the black, I also really like. S tier, S tier. I also like the way it feeds off of the shark, like the Mosasaurus, but because it's proportionally smaller, it hangs off of it and wiggles its body like a crocodile to rip the shark in half. It has a really fun animation. But yeah, go ahead, Gibson.
Yeah, I mean, this is a beautiful Kronosaurus design, a great Pliosaur design. The skins are sick. Top of S tier, no notes. I love it.
I agree with Gibson. I have no notes. This is probably one of my favorite coax in the game, next to probably Shonisaurus and Archelon. And probably another critter I'm forgetting about because I tend to do that. Fun critter. I like him. I think the black eyes really helped this design. If it had yellow eyes or something stupid, it would have worked. But the black eyes really helped make it work.
Reminds me of the Collect Day figure, which is great because that's a really good Kronosaurus.
This is true. This is a good Kronosaurus. Kronosaurus. You also have a good name. You have a really good name, Kronosaurus.
Kronosaurus is such a good name. All right, S tier for that
I
one?
have no notes. Yes, that was a quick. I think it was a quick. Okay, I see you.
Oh, Lord.
I told you it was the opposite. Liopleurodon.
It was the opposite.
Those two really just happen to be alphabetically next to each other. That's crazy.
They did. I'm going to put on these colors because I like making it look like puke. Yeah, this is horrendous. It's just like they took everything good about the Kronosaurus and they just did the opposite for this one, which this one came out first, I should clarify. It's just Croco-maxed to the max. I think even more...
It is Croco-maxing.
I think Croco-maxing. I think even more than the Dominion Giga. Because they even committed, like, this thing with flippers has crocodile claws on the end of its flippers, which is so stupid. It's...
Oh my god.
One thing I will give it...
It really has claws?
It's got claws on its fins.
It looks like it has like a jaw that you could like articulate on a figure. Like,
it does.
Way, like, hinges.
Oh my gosh.
Papa looking ass. Let's be so for real. Let's get them.
It's not great. One thing I will give it though is if you cut it off at the base of the head, like right there, and you got rid of those spines on the throat, which I think are just kind of cringe. I think the head shape is, like, cool on its own. There's nothing else quite like it in the game. It's just in combination with everything else going on down here. It's disgusting.
From the neck back, it just goes downhill fast.
This is a top of F tier for me in contrast to the last design. I really, like, outwardly dislike this. Especially for an OG, like, an original Frontier design. It's shockingly... I have a shocking amount of hate for it.
Well, it looks more like a movie design.
It does.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, this is more horrendous than I remembered it being even. This is not a Liopleurodon. This is the R.J. Palmer Feraligator, and I'm putting it in F tier.
F for Feraligator. Let's go.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I think in some contexts, if you like load up a lagoon with kelp, it actually looks pretty cool. But then in that situation, I am literally putting up visual obstructions from looking at this design. So
it looks good if you put things in the foreground that block it.
It looks good if you can't see it.
Basically. It could be evocative in kelp forest, but because it's only evocative because it's like a stupid monster thing. Like I remember when people were hating on this initially, like I kind of like didn't mind it because I remember it was like a countdown for the game release, and that's when we first saw it.
I remember that.
I remember. I think I was messaging you when it came out. I was like,
I thought it looked pretty good from that angle. I think it was literally just this. I think it was just this skin with no pattern, and it was like this angle right here.
Go through all the different skins.
That hides it pretty well.
Without the pattern, but without the pattern. Yeah, like I think the pattern just makes it look kind of disgusting.
Yeah. Then as soon as you go like this, you're like, what?
That's a silly.
Gosh.
This is gonna get a high D tier from me.
Okay.
That works.
D tier.
I love that the two opposites are right next to each other.
D tier is where it's gonna end up. It's amazing. I have to point out before we move on from this one, it's amazing how much better the Elasmosaurus pulls off a similar idea.
Exactly, because it does it minimalistically.
Those two came out at the same time.
Precisely.
I feel like if this is a normal Liopleurodon design, but then it had like I don't know, like a weird chin, like maybe that would kind of look kind of cool. Like it's the fact that it's like just on the head for the Elasmosaurus that makes it work. It's the fact that it's like. Actually, no. I take back the chin comment. He looks like he has stubble.
I was just gonna say less stubble.
It looks like Godzilla evolved again. It has a stupid like chin of spike.
Yeah,
it's so snapping turtle-esque as well. It's so bad.
It is. All right. Anyways, I'm tired of looking at it. Lystrosaurus is next.
Oh. This guy looks like he owns a family bakery.
You know, and I was literally going to say that, bring that up, as he just looks like a wise old guy, works his 9 to 5, 5 days a week, comes home, loves his grandkids, you know.
Yes.
And
it looks like his name would be Pedro.
Yeah. And
his name is like Leonard in the film. So like,
it is. His name is Leonard, which I think is very fitting.
And it's Leonard?
Leonard, yep. I think this isn't a perfect Lystrosaurus. There's a lot of diversity in Lystrosaurus as a genus. There's so many species of it. It's going to be hard to pinpoint which one they were referencing for this, if any, or they probably just mismatched a bunch of them. The only real standout for me is the fact that the crest on the head is shrink-wrapped, but whatever. That's not that offensive to me. I think it's a nice-looking Lystrosaurus. I think he's cute, like he's so ugly that he's cute in a weird way, and I think out of all the creatures in Dominion, this one fully encapsulates the personality of that film as a whole. Like, it just feels kind of... It feels kind of sad, but also like we tried a little bit with the design here. In a way.
It's unique, but not exciting.
Yeah. That's a great description of it.
I love that they gave him eyebrows, too. Like, just these little tufts on top. I think that's really funny.
A hell of a lot of personality.
It does.
I had a drawing professor
low A tier, by the way,
at college, and it looks just like that professor. And I know I'm equating what is this, like a stem mammal or something, to like, wait, does he have blue eyebrows?
Yeah, the pattern changes the color.
He does have blue eyebrows.
Lystrosaurus gone woke?
Lystrosaurus? Woke Permian?
Woke Permian? That's it, that's the title.
Magic Station?
Just with the Indoraptor circled, just woke Permian.
On some context of the Lystrosaurus, it's just...
Yeah, you have to do that. You have to do that now. Oh, I love his sit.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you heard me, but like mid to low A tier for me.
Yeah, I heard. Wow. I just needed to make the joke.
I think he's... Oh, look!
Oh,
shoot! I wasn't gonna rate this thing
just straight
that
up
high
A
at
tier.
all.
I like.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say B tier for me. I'm not quite as enthused, but he's really charming.
He is.
Yeah, I didn't expect to like this one nearly this much.
Where do we put the Indominus Rex?
That is at the bottom of A.
I put this directly above the Indominus Rex.
That is so specific.
It's funny.
I think that's so specific. I'm just gonna do that. That's about where it would go anyway.
Yeah, I don't really... I mean, he's the Lystrosaurus guy. I feel like I could dance with him. Like, I know it seems strange, but like if he was... I don't know what I'm trying to say. He looks like a Lystrosaurus. He looks like a Leonard. He does. Leonard gets an A tier from me.
This is what the Indominus Rex did to Nikki's. Now she's talking about dancing with a Lystrosaurus.
Yeah,
for anyone curious about what this puts us all through.
I love how I had to mute for a second, and I'm just like, what's going on with you dancing with Lystrosaurus?
Dancing with the Lystrosaurus sounds like a good name for a song.
I'll have to edit the logo for Dancing with the Stars and put Dancing with the Lystrosaurus now.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Who's next?
Okay.
All right.
That's a genus name.
I like this skin a lot. All right, Maaradactylus. The only reason it's in this is because its species name, I believe, is Spielbergi.
For the love of God.
Yes. Of course.
Yeah. But also, if you guys, you probably won't be, if I'm only familiar with it because I played the Jurassic World mobile games, but this is I believe, the updated genus name for Colaboracus, which is another pterosaur.
That's a much better name than Maaradactylus.
Yeah, I like the names both kind of equally, but besides the name and besides the fact I have no attachment to this genus whatsoever, I think this is another case like the Sungoraptors that we talked about. For example, in last episode, really nice pterosaur design, just needs some fuzz going on the back. This was base game when it came out. Not much to say about it. I think it's quite underrated, honestly. A lot of people don't talk about it, but I just think...
I agree.
I think it's nice. I use it a lot more than you think. And it's also one of the few creatures that has pink as a base color in the game, which is kind of fun.
Really
That's cool.
Yeah, I give this one a top of A tier for me. I use it quite a bit. I like it.
Yeah, no.
I think I'm gonna give it a low A tier. I don't really have any notes. It's a solid dude.
Mm-hmm.
I love the animation it does. I love like the weird like wing, like I don't know, like what you would call
Like
that.
it's stretching its wings or something.
Yeah. It feels very like a retro pterosaur, and it's quite fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, this is a design that would be amazing if it had feathers, but it does not have the feathers, so therefore it is a mid A tier design for me.
So there's multiple pink skins. Cool.
Yeah, he's very pink. I like pink. So
All right.
that's
just straight an A tier for us. Very solid one. All right, we have a book canon dinosaur, Maiasaura here.
Ooh, I forgot this was a thing.
Yeah,
I love the skin. This is also I like the skin you have for this one is like my favorite one actually. That black one was like.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
That is good.
I
that
grew quite
nice.
fond of the red, and I think
the red is like nice.
I associate Maiasaura obviously with good mother lizard, like its name goes, and I always think of it as like reds, like colors of like love, or or whatever, like with its kids. But anyways,
the Valentine's Day themed dinosaur.
It's the Valentine's dinosaur. I kind of wish the pattern changed how white the face was, but whatever.
Yeah,
that would be nice. It's a little weird. You're stuck with that.
That's why I just leave it on the white patterns and change the base color, which you can get quite a ways with that. Actually, that's quite nice. Like
that's actually really. That bright red is really fun.
That's nice. Ooh. Actually, I might like that better. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks nice too.
But
yeah,
green hadrosaurs are just good.
Yeah, it's a nice color. I actually, fun fact, I straight up hated this in the first game. I thought like the unibrow was really ugly, and I didn't like the eyes, and I still stand by. I think the eyes look a little buggy, and I feel like that should look a little more. Maybe the eyes could be a little smaller and a little more wholesome looking.
I think because it's looking like up, like it's not looking straight. It's looking directly up.
It's constantly looking up, yeah. But
yeah, that's a bit weird.
It's grown on me quite a bit. It's grown on me quite a bit, though. I'm just going to give it like a bottom of A tier. I don't use it as much as the other hadrosaurs, but that's nice too, actually. Actually, that's just the one we had before. Never mind.
It's just the one we had before.
Whatever. Yeah, bottom of A tier. I don't have much to say about it. It's a solid Maiasaura for what it is.
Yeah, it's a completely fine dude. There's not much to say. B tier. It's a decent Maiasaura with predictably bad front feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
Should do high B too.
This gets the bottom of A for me. I think it's a fine hadrosaur, and it shares a lot of animations with the Monosaurus, which just makes it better as a result. I think it has that really fun like horse hopping animation. So I think this guy goes there. It has some fun skins. I really like Maiasaura. It's like my favorite hadrosaur, like plug and play, I guess, for lack of a better word, into enclosures.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than other hadrosaurs.
Play a Maiasaura.
You could plug and play my favorite dinosaurs coming up, or one of my favorite dinosaurs.
All right. Where does Maiasaura go on the tier list right now?
I put it at the top of B because it got 2 low A's and I gave it a B.
Okay. I rectified to a high B briefly there. I don't know if you heard me.
Oh, okay. I'll put it 1 dinosaur lower.
Majungasaurus, and I really like this really dark ruby red with the darker on top. I think that's just such a cool look for it. I don't have much to say about this one. I think this is just a cool Jurassic Parkification of Majungasaurus. My only real complaint is the hands. I just really wish it was one nub with, with the hands on it. But besides that, the torso looks proportionally longer, and maybe it should be a bit longer than it is. But it's longer than the other theropods in the game. They captured the character of Majungasaurus quite well. The head is a really good shape also. And I don't mind the extra little knobbly bits across the body. I think it adds to this already very scrungly looking dinosaur. So I give this one bottom of A tier. I use this one quite a bit, and it's got some really fun skin combos too in here.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it's a decent Majungasaurus. It looks like it appropriately fits into the same canon that contains the movie Carno, but like it's way better than that. Yeah, I mean, it's not perfect. It's got a Belosaurus with the cursed inaccurate arms is always sad to see, but I think I'm going to give it the same rating of a low A, because, yeah, I can't really hate on it too much.
Yeah.
This guy gets a low A for me because I love Majungasaurus. I think this captures Majungasaurus extremely well. I think the arms are obviously awful. Does this guy do the pelvis thing too? Because this looks like it is on the car cars.
Yes.
This one's definitely on the same rig as the car cars and stuff.
Yeah, it totally has that same like distinct weird like lean over in the posture as the car car.
That is such a good sit.
That's a really good sit.
That's such a good sit. Yes. Oh, what's this animation? Oh,
just another death bath animation.
Oh, that's a fun skin. Red. That
is nice.
It's like a chocolate cake with a cherry on top.
Basically, this is a high A for me.
Nice.
I will put it just kind of in the middle of A then.
Awesome.
Cool.
What's it going next to?
Put in between some ankylosaurs I don't remember the names of.
Kronosaurus?
That could be one of them.
Could be.
Mamenchisaurus?
All right. Up next, we've got Mamenchisaurus. All right.
That was just I forgot this one was that was just the genuine noise that came out.
It was a noise, that's for sure.
It was a noise. One thing I'll give this is a design from the first game, but just like the Ceratosaurus, Frontier, I think, looked at the design from when this showed up for 2 seconds in the Lost World during the game trail scene.
Oh my god, this is in a movie.
Yeah, this was in the Lost World in the game trail scene.
For like 2 seconds.
And it looks quite a bit worse than this from when we see it. It's very noodly in that movie.
It's very weird.
But I was going to say I think they improved it marginally as far as its form goes and everything. It still just looks too much like a Brachiosaurus, like a thin Brachiosaurus. I wish the neck was a tiny bit longer maybe and it was held out a bit farther out in front of it. It's not a very interesting design. I will say this one does have some pretty good skins compared to the first game. Like, there's some... It's kind of hard to see. They're not quite as vibrant, but you can get some interesting patterns going on it. I'm not offended by it. I never use it. I'm giving it a top of C tier. It's just kind of boring.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's not giving Mamenchisaurus the way I want it to. Like, the neck's very vertical, it's very broad shoulder. I'm not an expert on Mamenchisaurus, and it is a very unique sauropod, so I don't want to speak too strongly to the accuracy, but it's just like, it looks almost more Titanosaurid-esque in the way they've depicted it. To be honest, I think I kind of prefer the more movie-accurate design, because it just more hard commits to, like, I'm a noodle swan neck retro sauropod.
Yeah.
Like, this one's just so generic. Yeah, I don't think I can go anywhere but C tier with a sauropod design like this. It's just so... We farted out a sauropod into the game.
Yeah, I feel that.
I wish feet look so big. I think if the neck posture was different, like it was more slanted, I think it would go from like a low tier to like a really high tier. I think
it would help a lot.
It would help a lot. It just feels stupid. Like, I wouldn't dance with this one. To continue the bit, I would not dance with you, Mr. Mamenchisaurus of China. I think you're from. I don't really give a crap. Low B, I guess. I don't know. It's just sauropod. I don't know. I have no strong feelings about this design whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm putting that one at the top of C.
Megalodon.
Oh my gosh, I forgot there's a shark in this game.
Because everybody asked for it so much that they were like, fine, we'll add one Cenozoic creature to this game.
and we'll title the pack so you know we've added it for you.
Yep, exactly. I mean, I'm just... I'm so over Megalodon. I'm just going to be blunt. Like, I'm just like, yeah, it was cool. It would have been impressive seeing it in real life, but it's just a shark, but it's big, and I'm so just kind of done with the infatuation with it.
Yeah.
This is
I feel that.
Besides that, leaving my personal gripes with it out of the window, this is a great design. And the reason why I like it is because silhouette-wise, it's not just a great white shark that's blown up. Like, they actually did different stuff with it. I kind of like how big and beady the eyes are, and there's some subtlety to the head shape that's really nice, and to the fin placement across the body. And just
It's got a cool shape.
Yeah, the leniency with the skins, too. You can do some crazy stuff to really make it,
yeah, wow.
not look like a great white. Like, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, like, look at that.
It's kind of zany.
That's fun.
It's very fun. Or, yeah, you go, like, full tiger shark with it if you want to.
I love that. That's so fun.
I mean, I'm going to try to leave my own subjective issues with it out of the way, and I'm going to say this is an S tier, like a low S tier for me. I'm just like, I don't use it much just because it's big shark, and I find the marine reptiles way more interesting personally. But when I sit back and think about Megalodon designs we've gotten, I'm like,
Megalo designs.
I'm like, yeah, this is one of the best ones we've got, if not just like my favorite one for the customization options that you have. So I'll give it a low S tier for what it is.
Yeah, admittedly, when I first saw it, I was like, boring, shark, whatever. But, like, then again, I gave the turtle the top of S tier, so I have to be consistent. Yeah, I think I'll give this one, I do think it's, like, a bit less interesting than most of the other things I've given S tier, so I'm going to keep it to an A tier for me. But it is still, like, just empirically, like, it's a fine, big shark design, and it looks nice, and I really appreciate the crazy BOTM-looking skin options you have for it.
For real.
Yeah, I mean, I have a similar fatigue that David does for just the pop culture infatuation with Megalodon. It feels more like a cryptid fad than earnest interest in prehistory.
Yeah.
But yeah, A tier. Well, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a shark.
Like, functionally, it's like one of the best designs in the game because it just commits to its bit and does it really well. I always think it head on. Okay.
I was just looking at
the chompers. Actually, I think when I was at the North Carolina Museum a few months ago now. They had like a set of teeth of it there, and it was kind of fun to look at. But yeah, it's the Megalodon. It does it really well. Like, it was just a big version of the great white shark they have on the feeder. That would just be so boring and stupid. But they didn't do that, and they really committed to it, and I think I really appreciate that. It's going to get like a low S for me. Because it's like, objectively, it's great, but like, I don't really have much enthusiasm over it.
Yeah. It's great.
I feel it.
I should also comment, too, in the context of his personality in the game, I love that they actually coded it, which, I mean, low-hanging fruit, but they coded it so it sticks its fin out for most of the time while it's just swimming around the lagoon. So you have the giant fin going around the lagoon. And when it eats the shark or eats other animals, it actually has that sliding eyelid that sharks have to protect its eyes.
Does it do that?
Feeding. It does that.
That's so fun. That's good stuff.
That's really neat.
And the mouth actually, like, comes out on, like, you see in goblin sharks and stuff, or when it's grabbing food. So they definitely did their research as far as these
shark anatomy is crazy. Just like the amount of adaptations for their head to safely just grab stuff with full enthusiasm. Oh my goodness, it's Megalosaurus in time.
All right, Megalosaurus. Let me put on this.
Oh, that's a cool skin.
He's got some okay skins on him. We're going to be finishing up this episode on this guy, because this guy's become kind of a meme, I think, with me and Gibson in particular. But Megalosaurus. Oh boy, like, from the side view, it's wonky, it's saggy, it's floppy, it's a boring retro theropod design.
Did they reuse the Majungasaurus? Just like, do they take the Majungasaurus and then just like slightly tweak it for the Megalosaurus?
They might have.
Really similar. Does it have the pelvis? I think it also has the pelvis.
It does.
Oh yeah, it's got
way more
that
theropods in this
saggy,
game.
wiggly
Have
walk.
that.
It do. No, but yeah, I mean, it's really just kind of like, this is boring. I don't care about this that much until you turn it around from the front. You see how wide its face is.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
So wide.
I mean, already, like, from most angles, this is just kind of a boring design. I feel like these little spikes they tried to throw on the top to give it some character just look generic at the end of the day. And I feel like for being the first proper theropod dinosaur, I feel like it deserves more respect than this. And
Absolutely.
And it doesn't get much respect. Like,
It doesn't.
doesn't.
you know, Megalosaurs were cool. We have
was.
Torvosaurus. We have some
there's the
idea how these things should look.
There's the collected one, and it's just like this. The collected one is like horrible and boring.
It looks like a
sad dog.
Coelophysis or something. No, that's not the collected one. That's Oh, I don't remember. There's a Megalosaurus figure that gives it such a narrow snout. It looks like a Coelophysoid. I don't remember the company.
Oh,
I don't remember.
that's interesting.
But
I
yeah,
think
I
the
mean,
Megalosaurus again. Oh my goodness, what is this thing?
I think what disappoints me more when I'm sitting with this is I'm like, this is the only Megalosaur in the game. And I really hope in JWE3 that we get Torvosaurus finally, or something that looks more popular. But proper.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm saying this image in chat where every dinosaur was pointing at arrow at the Megalosaurus, and I just find it really funny. Just lips.
That's so funny.
In case you couldn't see them.
That thing looks like a weird cow monster, like you said years ago,
It
Gibson.
does.
It's a strange figure.
Yeah, I'm giving this one like a mid-D tier. I don't like it. I never use it. Even though Megalosaurus is a cool animal to have, I just feel like this just doesn't have respect for theropods or megalosaurs in any way. It's just so boring and uncreative. And disproportionate. Continue.
This is like the most aggressively D tier design for me, specifically D tier, because it's definitely not F for me, at least. Like, it's not. I'm looking at what we have in F. It doesn't belong down there, but it's just bad. It looks weird on that car rig. It's so like saggy and squiggly, and from the side it just looks like this generic, really reptilian theropod. And then the ridiculous, crazy wide skull. I don't have a ton to say about it. I think the biggest compliment I can give it is that it is a very iconic part of this game for me.
It is.
But then again, that can also be said of the Deinonychus, and while I find the Deinonychus's iconicness charming, most don't, for very understandable reasons, and I don't find this thing charming. It's just, I mean, maybe a little bit. It's very
Where's
stupid.
your tea, Megalosaurus?
Like it is delightfully stupid looking, but not enough for me to like give it a kind rating. So D tier as well.
He gets B for British from me.
B?
Because I guess it doesn't offend me that much.
Yeah.
That offends me. It's just like it's the most inoffensive theropod in the game to me personally. Like, it's just like, oh yeah, no, that's a dinosaur. It certainly is.
It's just
and
there.
It has a funny head, and that's just kind of it.
I'd like it so much
Yeah.
more if that head was 50% thinner and just squashed in.
Real.
Yeah, I think what offends me about it a little bit is just that, like, Megalosaurus gets the generic theropod treatment so much, because, like, the skull material is, a little bit incomplete for it, but, like, we have other Megalosaurus go off of, and I've seen so many cool, more, like, Torvosaurus-inspired reconstructions in recent years, and it just makes me sad when I see, like, yet another Megalosaurus design that just looks like theropod, because I feel like it just always ends up being Megalosaurus getting that unfortunate treatment.
For sure.
For
All right.
sure.
So,
Right.
where does
I'm
it
just
go?
gonna throw him in like C tier.
That works.
All right. Oh, that's a fun colors.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Candy cane boy.
I kind of like the darker, like sheenier look to the skins on this one, actually.
Yeah,
like a
be
pattern
so-
On that. Yeah.
Um,
Kind of
looks
looks
like
like the
It looks like
EOTM
Marvin.
Displetosaurus there, or Marvin.
oh my gosh, this is Marvin.
he's real. People are gonna be listening to this and don't know what the heck Marvin is. I think
Never
that's very
mind.
funny.
S tier. No, I'm just kidding.
M tier for Marvin.
Oh, Nikki and David subscribers, fun fact, I currently still have the original Marvin. He's in my possession.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah, because he was getting shipped all around through the friend group. And we were supposed to each, like, do stuff with him, like, take pictures with him, like, you know, take him out on adventures, and then eventually it was going to circle back to David, I think. And when it got to me, I just never did it. And that was in 2021. So for 4 years, Marvin has just been sitting in a UPS box in my room for 4 years.
I'd
like,
love to
melting
get that
and
Marvin.
disintegrating slowly.
They go, SpinoDude
hilarious.
hardcore fans, there's your Marvin lore and where he ended up.
Wait,
I have a replica
no.
of him in my drawer, but...
Yeah, you have the new one that's in
is the
better
ruler?
condition. I have the disgusting original one.
The Flexi ruler?
Yeah, the
That's
trusty
in
flexi ruler, David. That you
Ooh.
measured the Suka Midas. Hey guys, SpinoDude here, and today.
Oh
That's what
gosh,
you would-
stop. No, it's, that one's in my drawer still somewhere. I don't know.
Oh goodness.
I have to find it. But, yeah, thank you again for joining me, Nikki and Gibson, for this, and,
Absolutely.
Yes, it was fun.
we're over halfway done. And we're on to some more good stuff. I mean,
It
there's
only took us 6 hours.
only 6 hours of recording so far.
Oh my gosh.
Anything else you all want to say before we wrap it up?
I want to say that this episode made me tired compared to the first two.
I feel like it was the Indoraptor, man. There's the
Yeah, the
Indoraptor.
Indoraptor just ruined the whole vibe. Oh.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for the next episode or two, however many it takes us to wrap this up, because we've got some good stuff waiting.
We do.
Yeah, that's really fun. I hope the viewers are enjoying the content. The content in question is running towards us very, very rapidly.
Yes.
Megalosaurus.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Subscribe to
Smash the
No
like
one.
button.